for this one. And I had to start it as soon as I could, which is now. Soul Reaver. Man, I haven't even done my intro yet. Yeah. All I can say is the caviar is live. Let's get started. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. And the Blood Omen 2 intros video, the roller first episode, how the faces of the statue would turn to you and that not be as nice. Of course, the one top middle is Kain, and the rest are his lieutenants. Man. I guess this could be seen as an homage to Doctor Who and the weeping angels. Excuse me for that little faux pas. We've seen enough shifting faces. Let's get the opening cinematic going.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Reaver, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, he became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new one. Some years after Master, our evolution would follow, until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. Transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. is only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, burn forever in the bowels of the lake of the dead. Cast him in. Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Raziel, you are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nazgûl. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies.
Yes.
Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reach their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul weaver, my angel of death.
And this is where our new adventure begins. With the new pro tag, Raziel. Almost just said Raziel. Raziel.
These gates twist space, laying a path across great spans.
Yep. Pretty good fast travel system. Connects you with every temple as long as you do this. It unlocks them. Since we haven't been to their gates, we can't port to them, so let's just exit. Honestly, if you go back to the first game, Kain, there's many things for Kain to be jealous of, but the ability, the ability to fly should not be one of them.
You must flee.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You've become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
I understand that Kain did lose a lot of his abilities from the first to the second game. It's honestly unclear if he lost the ability for the wolf and the bat form, or they just didn't want to add them into the game. Or a combination of both, I guess. I don't know. Because I do know in Defiance, I believe Kain is able to use his bat form again.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose.
Ruined.
Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
You can also do a high jump before doing that, so.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Sure, the scavengers of the underworld. Their
Yep.
fellow hunters claim countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
Like, and Blood Omen 2, you can use the weapons of your enemies in this. Okay. And this guy's just... But unlike Reaver 2, you don't actually have to hold the R1 button to attack. R1 is just more for locking on. And I love the fact that we actually have a compass. I think I'm going the wrong way, honestly. Not. How was that? Yeah, I was going the right way. Sometimes it's too easy to get turned around. I once had a guide for this game. It's actually a pretty big world for its time. A semi-open world game.
These portals are your conduit between the spectrum and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Okay, so we can go shift between the physical and the spiritual plane.
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
Yep, so feed and feed often, basically. Okay, we're going to have to come back here at some point to climb up there. And there's nothing around there. This game does not have the XP boxes like Blood 2. Gained.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Which we were in water when the game started.
What are these creatures?
You do not recognize them. They are the children of your brother, Duma.
Duma.
That's impossible. These foul-scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
Okay. Now with these guys, there's a couple different ways to punch their ticket. You can punch them until they're dizzy and throw them in the water. You can throw them on the spike, or you can throw them in the light.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses. I suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. A vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have the hold button to keep them. And oh, not strong enough just to chuck him entirely into the sun.
A creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
And I'm going to chuck this one in water because there's going to be a lot of them that's going to give the old Vlad treatment to. Oh, didn't have a choice that time. Well, anyways.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
Yep. And unlike Blood Omen, you can drag things in different directions, not just the way you're facing. Which helps out big time. Okay. A little to the left. And almost out.
My
Oh, Raziel. Yep, what's the exit to Raziel's tomb?
Reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is evenly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Man. There's a lot of secrets we already know since played the game out of order pretty much. No, okay, yeah. I know what I can do. Yeah, it's time for a barbecue. Okay, yeah, I could have took that as a weapon, or that. Which gives us a different way to end fights. And they're somewhat reusable. I don't think they break. Okay, sneak attack. There we go. Let's sneak it up. I knew I was there. Can't remember if this is a portal room or could be. That's what most of them look like. Yeah, they have a sign, and then sign on the door. You enter, and then bang. Now I can port back to the well, or I can stay here. No need to go back to the beginning, at least not at the moment. I think your health you collect glyphs to extend your health bar. Eventually you gain abilities, but those of course come from defeat certain enemies.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Not that good. Not that good. Yep. Yeah, bows can be used once unless I find a bonfire and then I can relight those. Or another torch if I remember right. I think I can relight them off of another torch. But that's... don't need that. I know there's a way to throw it. Nope. There we go. Hold triangle. That's what we need. Another spear. I tell you, I was kind of shocked when we pivoted away from Kain for this game, since this is technically the direct sequel to the first Blood Omen game. I was shocked to see Kain as a villain. Your clan is no more. You are the last. And I can't tell you who the first boss is. Outside of the fact that it's going to be one of your brothers. And I say that with quotation marks, brothers. Let's check this door first. warp. Now we can go here whenever we want. And to go through, what they need to do is pick the location you want to go, and I think it's circle. Oh no, just push forward. And you'll fast travel to whatever area you chose. I chose this one just to show you. Okay. There we are. Back there. That's where I'm able to take weapons through when we teleport, so. It's only fair. Now let's go back to where we were. This game was one of the first games that I had played at the time that had close to no loading screens. Which still is a masterful accomplishment. Oop. Yep, that would have been bad. At a certain point in the franchise, you will gain the ability to go in water without losing your physical form. Raise the stakes. Okay. Pretty sure there's probably an accomplishment for doing the same thing with torches. Like light them up. Barbecue. Bringing a torch to a spear fight. Where do we go to proceed? Spike shields. You definitely can feel the Tomb Raider influence with this level design. Okay.
No! Please! I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
Not this time. Okay, so that's the way it came from. And this is the way I'm going to go. I don't.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
Okay. Get a weapon. That's not the way. This may be the first point in the game of which we gotta shift into the spirit world to advance. Let's do so. Maybe I was wrong. Man. 100% positive I have to go that way. But I can always be wrong. Oh. Well, I was right, but the wrong way.
And therefore receive the poorest portion of Kain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins bare and contained the underlying decay.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is the way I came through, so this should be the way I go. Another glyph gate. And let's activate it. Okay. Okay. Okay, there's. Ooh, there we go. Should be this way. Love it if in this episode I also fought my first boss. Just relentless. Okay, it's spectral form.
These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Okay. There he goes. Yep, if he eats enough spirits, he can reconstitute himself. No. Okay. Okay, another spectral shifter. Got stunned on the dots. Okay. I'm gonna try shifting again. Not that. Oh yeah, I got enough health to shift. Just had to make sure it wasn't that easy again. Okay. That's not good. Just means I don't have enough. Okay. Gotta get him now. Okay. I'm not worried about that now. I got enough health to shift back over. And if your health depletes after shifting back into the spirit plane, you'll just be teleported back to the very beginning of the game. Okay, yeah. Forgot that they got these types of puzzles in this game. Where you gotta push it and then, yep, flip it. To square. There we go. Move it. So I can get to the other side and push it into the wall. It's as simple as that. One of them's a cylinder. Let's try, buddy. There it is. Forward. Yeah, it would make more sense if I actually went the other way. So I'm going to go the other way. Jump over. I think I know what I need to do, which is a little aggravating, but it's the way the developers want me to do this. So I'm gonna do it that way. Drop down, take care of this dude. There's gonna be others. Oh, I thought I could take care of them before I have to push the block over this direction. Where is he? That one's done. And the third one should pop out pretty soon. There we go. Just like I thought. There's the third one. No, from the side, that'd be better. It's not gonna let you crush yourself. And now let's lift it up. Over and up again. And let's open the gate. There's going to be a lot of those type of puzzles in these areas. Shift to reveal a hidden Because that shifts me back into the physical plane, and it said go to the spectral plane to show hidden path. Let's go back out there and shift. It's a good chance that I haven't reached the area where the shift needs to happen. Splash. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that jump. There we go. Okay. And yeah, that's what I didn't want to happen. Now that's what I call a double down. Doubled up the chip. Okay, nothing this way, so what time is it? Man. Okay. No, warp gate. Okay. Where do we go? Okay, let's see where I need to go. Nope. We're better for. So now push it forward. Cliff that we need to jump up to is on the left. Upper left. So let's get there. Shift. Is that how I make the jump? Honestly, I can't remember where to go. Maybe I should have looked up that guide again. There's a lot to this game. There's a few hidden areas. Which one? Which one? Is that all that I need to take out? Am I too close? No, I just can't jump high enough yet. Well, that had to happen at least once. Come on out, Cletus. I'm pretty sure I came through this area. Anyway. And curling around and Same with him. Turn around and spot him up. Where do I go? Feels like this is the right way, but go this way because I can't climb up that wall just yet. Let's go this way. Okay, that's part of the cliff I need to increase my health. Another glyph. Nope. Not meant to go out there. Sometimes these doors have other sides to them. So if you go through one and then you go all the way. Okay, I was there all that time for nothing. Oh. Even worse than the reason I went backwards. Yay. Since that's backwards, this has gotta be forwards. Either this way or I need to go back to the beginning of the game and talk to the guy in the pit. That or just went in one giant circle. Okay, we've been here before. That's very upsetting. Now this is where I looked the room in to open this gate. I just assumed that was the way. Let's hope that I've got this right. And I did not. But I do think I got my bearings now. Way around. Something about those pedestals. I think I know what I need to do. I think I need to shift into the physical world. Go around. Because I think landing on one of them will raise the other one. Oh my god. He just dropped like a brick right as I got in front of it. Oh, that's upsetting. I am not handling like a tank, though. I am happy about that. Okay. Now, I think shifting into the physical plane will cause them to go back into their original positions. So okay, so this is where I got to use this, push it into that slot, and then the top one will drop down. At least that's what I thought would happen. I gotta knock off the top one somehow. It's not gonna fall and spot that smush me. There we go. Now let's flip this way. And this way. And this way. Okay, yeah. That should be that. Now push this one into place. Eventually I get there. And with that, honestly, I think I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you for joining me on the first episode of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. One of my favorites. Well, then again, this chain of games, just Soul Reaver 2, and Defiance. I like them a lot. Anyways, have a nice day or night, depending on where you are.